Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What are we doing? Welcome to the Toss Salads podcast.
Hi.
Hi, Toss Salad friend.
I'm a piece of salad and I've been tossed.
Oh my God, me too. Right up in the air.
I love salad.
You do?
Yeah.
I hate
Ladies-
actual salad.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ricky Luna. I'm your host. To my left is the wonderful co-host.
Jessica Michelle Singleton.
That's her name. She's wonderful. And today we have a wonderful guest that I met one time at the Comedy Store, and he was gracious, and I've been lucky enough for him to return my emails and text messages and everything. Joey Herman.
Hello, everybody.
Yay. Hi, Joey.
Hey, what's up? How's everyone's day?
Great.
Awesome.
My day was good.
Well, it's not over yet.
It's not,
What
but
does
it's
that mean?
It's kind of like life. People like always want to comment on and planning their life, but it's in the moment, baby.
What do you mean?
I mean, everyone's living for the future, right? Or the past.
I see what you mean. Yeah, it's like everyone wants to talk about, oh, I'm doing this, or I'm going to be doing this, or
But
this,
it doesn't really matter, because if you're focused on what you're going to be doing, then what are you doing in the moment other than focusing on what you are going to be doing in the future?
Well,
Just be here.
kind of talking about it, I guess.
Wait. Aren't okay? So he's a psychic,
I'm a psychic.
and you're saying to just stay in the moment.
Yeah, because the thing is, you have to understand that even as a psychic, everything's up to you. So I can see what your future could be.
But you still have free will.
But
That's
yeah,
what
of
you're
course. So
Okay.
like I could say, hey, you know what? You're going to get laid tonight, but you
No.
have the choice. Some people have the choice. Ricky, I don't know about you.
What do you mean?
I mean, I think I have that choice anytime I leave my house and there's just any male around, because men are so like, whoa.
Yeah, but
okay.
you attract what you are, so it depends on what you are. If you don't like what you're attracting, then don't blame them, blame yourself.
Oh, I'm okay with. I don't. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
So, as far as being a psychic, there's so many choices we all make
Okay.
in our lives, even in a day, regarding what path your life could be, that your future is really up to you. But the thing is, we're all born with gifts.
Yes.
Like my gift is I'm psychic and I'm a soul reader,
Okay.
which means I can look into your eyes and see everything about your soul.
Oh my
Okay.
God, read my soul.
You want me to read your soul?
Yeah, we don't have to yet. We can wait, but
We can
we
wait.
all want that. We want to be read and judged.
You know what?
harshly.
Not everybody does.
Really?
No,
I
because
just
some
meant
people.
everyone in here.
Oh, everyone here, okay. I don't think he wants to be ready. I heard him say he didn't want to.
Oh,
You
he
do or
does.
don't?
He's just hoping you're gonna
Oh,
say that
nice.
he'll get some pussy. soon.
Now, you've met people that like have approached
our
you
producer, Ari.
to be read, and then they don't.
No. Some people get scared because if you notice, I know this is radio or a podcast, but when I talk to someone, I don't break eye contact.
Yeah, direct eye contact
really
with it. It's
intense.
really intimidating for a lot of people.
But the thing about it, that's very interesting is that even though you're maintaining eye contact, there's something about your face that's like that is not intimidating about this intense eye. You have a very soft, warm face, and you have something like but
Ricky,
if you
it's called unconditional love. I
Is
love
that
you
what's-
regardless of how
Of
you
what I'm
treat
gonna
me
tell you.
or what happens in our relationship.
Uh-huh.
I love you for you.
Aww.
And that's the key to being a great healer. Is a lot of the times people will go to people for help, and the person isn't that skilled in unconditional love, and they'll basically just give you recommendations what's best for them. It's called projection in psychology.
Yeah.
But I don't give you any advice unless you ask me, and my best advice for anyone is don't ask me for advice.
Yeah. You just say what you see, and that's that.
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
But my best advice for you is not to have to ask me for advice.
well, yeah.
And as a businessman, that's not always the best move, because if I go up to you and I say, hey, listen, you don't need my help, but if you want it, you can pay me. Sometimes that gets people like, well, I don't want
Well,
your
if I
help
don't
then.
need your help,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you don't. You
Yeah.
don't. But my goal in life is not to make $1 billion. My goal is to share peace. And if
That's
I
beautiful.
meet a lot of people, thank you. I meet a lot of people and I say to them, I said, you can only learn from someone else what they know. So if you were to ask me how to drive a Lamborghini, I would say I don't know because I've never driven one. But if you ask me how to reach a state of complete peace, I could teach you that.
Okay, so let's start from the
beautiful.
beginning. You used this term; it was called unconditional love.
Yes.
But you were using this to describe a physical attribute of yourself. I think that's really fascinating. What does unconditional love mean to you? Or how can you
Unconditional
explain
love
that to us?
means, first and foremost, I love myself unconditionally. So when
Ooh.
people want to love, they always go to the outside. Valentine's Day is a day of loving a partner, But where's that holiday where you love yourself?
That's projection.
Where is that holiday that we celebrate the love of ourselves? Now, anything that you put outside yourself is temporary. Everything within you is forever. So in order for me to have a Valentine, I first must be my own Valentine. That's why they have Be Mine, which is really be mine for me, not for somebody else.
I just got I just got for lack of a better word, a Twitter on my inside of my
On your
belly.
insides? 'Cause
Well,
that was cute.
so
that
great.
that belly part would be the place between your solar plexus and your sacred chakra, which would be the sense of self and adventure. So I can see your chakras. We're all basically a rainbow. So if you were to look at white light, which is AKA Jesus, which is AKA Buddha, which is AKA any enlightened person,
Okay.
and you look at the enlightenment of that, what I like to equate it to is, you ever see the
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. I don't know him very well, and I don't like to talk about people I don't know. So let's not talk about him. But on So Better Words, you ever see the prism from Pink Floyd where they have the white light going through the rainbow? Well, that's basically what you are. You're white light through a prism. So you're a rainbow, and your rainbow is your 7 chakras, which are 7 energy sources. And what I teach people to do is I teach people how to balance them themselves through their breath and their placement of their soul.
Okay. Now, for people that are just listening to this, going like, who are let's ignore the people that don't understand this or that don't.
I don't want to ignore anybody. I love everyone.
Well, what I'm saying is that this question is going to come from a place where somebody that's actually listening to you and hearing you, because to think of a soul, or how do you get how can you acknowledge your soul in yourself, and how can you not manipulate it but just be aware of it? And
okay, it's as easy as this, Ricky. So as a being, you're divided into 3 parts, and true enlightenment is the balance of all 3. You have the mind, the body, and the soul, also known as the spirit, or the thetan in some religions, or the chi, or the shanti. So you have 3 parts to you. Most of us as beings, we focus on 2 parts: the mind, let's go to school and become smart mentally, and our physicalness. What are we going to eat? How does our body look? How do we look physically? All those things. But very few of us really connect to the soul. Well, that's where religion comes in. But the problem with religion is there's separation. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter what you believe.
Right.
All that it matters is that you accept. So you might believe in Jesus. She might believe in Buddha.
Right. I think maybe you're saying the difference between a spirituality. A religion is such a
religion is right or wrong, black or white.
Yes.
But the thing is, there is no judgment, because judgment means that you're comparing 2 things and what's right and what's wrong. If I were to punch you in the face right now, that's not right or wrong. All I would say is, what did Ricky do to deserve that?
Right, of course. You're trying to
everything. There is no victims, and the problem with the world is people don't want to take responsibility for anything in their life. So if something happens to them, they go, "Oh, that
person did this." It's not, what did I do wrong?
But the concept of God is really you, because if you think about it, you are God, because Ricky's life is so much different than Joey's life.
Right, of course.
So you create your life. And the funny thing about you, Ricky, or anyone, is that you write your movie. It's basically you're living in your own movie.
Yes, you are.
And you create stars. And everyone's a movie star. But the funny thing is, a star is just what? White light.
There you go.
So when you balance your white light, you become a star. And that's all a star is. And that's why we celebrate stars, because they've reached a higher state of being and they shine brighter.
Very interesting. So now that we've kind of established a little bit what our soul is, and what kind of your idea of what our soul is,
and to connect to your soul, all you have to do is connect to it. When you connect to your body, you just connect to it. You can connect to any part. You can go right. Both of you right now
plug
go.
In.
Just go. I connect to my soul. Say that out loud.
I connect to my soul.
Good. And your soul can be placed anywhere you want. So now, if you were focusing, this is based on the chakras. If you had an issue with making money, which I can tell, looking in your soul, you want to make more money. I can see that in you. It's obvious to me. No, I can see that you want to manifest more. I see it. You might be in denial. It's okay. Sometimes I see things in people that they haven't yet realized, and that's what I have to be careful at. I've met a lot of people. I'm like, oh, will I ever find my mate? And I'm like, yeah, you'll find a guy one day, and it's another guy. And he's like, I'm not gay. And I'm like, oh, well. Some people don't realize who they are. But the thing is, when you're really in line with who you are, there is no such thing as gay or straight.
Right.
There is no such thing as physicality. All there is the beingness.
It's true.
So the thing is, when you connect to your soul, you can, based on your chakras, you can figure out how to balance your life and make it better depending on what you want.
Okay.
It's a desire first.
That's cool. I touched a vagina this weekend.
My soul's
Nice.
in my vagina.
I know. It was so bizarre.
How was it?
You know what? It wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't as scary. I was sitting there, and it's not like it was just me and another person, but there was like a couple of us, and somehow she had pulled her vagina out, or her vagina was exposed.
Where are you hanging out?
We were hanging. I was.
It
hanging,
wasn't me, was it?
It was
Was
at
this
a
at the
friend's
comedy
house.
store?
It was not at the comedy store this time. Fortunately, it was not. But it was. We were at a friend's house, and this girl, she had worked in porn and stuff like that before, and she pulled her vagina out, and I just was like looking at it, and I was like, so weird. Then I just,
so different.
I kind of touched it like it was a sponge cake or something. I don't know. I had never
Did you
really.
touch it with your finger and then lick your finger?
I didn't
or-
touch it. I don't
you
know.
smell it?
your
I
finger?
smelled it a little bit.
How
How
did it
was
smell?
It didn't smell bad at all.
Well, every vagina is different, just like
and
every person.
I guess vaginas have good days and bad days is what I've read.
Oh, really?
It
Yeah.
depends on what you eat too.
It's just like semen, yeah.
So now that you bring up the topic of vaginas, so when are you going to have your first female sexual experience?
I've had 2 sexual experiences, one with a transsexual male to female person and one with a, proper female. And so I feel like I've already explored my sex with
With women.
with vaginas.
You
Kinda
know what
bring
I
that
can
out.
tell you from a psychic standpoint?
Tell me.
And you don't even have to have sex with these women.
Yes.
I would highly recommend that you surround yourself with older women
Okay.
because it'll help you.
Now let me ask you something about older women because as a male,
For you personally.
for me personally, of
Yes.
course, as a male, I feel that I've always been told that women are more advanced, like mentally, than men are.
They mature fast.
They mature faster. That's the one. And so
I would say that.
So what do you mean by
I
that?
think to
exactly?
a certain age.
I would say that there is no black or white. So I would say it all depends on the person.
Because I'm hanging out with somebody right now, and she's maybe 6 years younger than me, but
Okay.
she's had a lot of life experience, and I
Yeah.
feel like she is.
She's a good friend to you.
Yeah.
I would stay friends with her. If you guys were to do anything together, I would say take a road trip together.
Very interesting.
Take a road trip.
That's very interesting.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
take
yeah.
a road trip with her. And as far as you go, I would like to see you actually experiment and be with men a little younger than you.
That's interesting as well. Huh.
Because the thing is, without getting too much into it, it would really help you.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how old you are. I can see maybe and ask, but I would say that it's that younger men are good for you.
Wait, hold on.
Significantly younger or just like slightly
Oh,
younger?
shit, sorry.
I mean, it just depends, as much as 6 to 8 years, 6 maybe.
Oh, good.
Oh wait, hold
That's
on. There's a
good.
knock at the
Wait.
door.
That's not. Is that legal?
Let's open
I don't
and
know
see
if it's
who it
legal.
is.
I don't think it is. Maybe 4 years then.
Wait, hold on.
Younger the better for you.
It's Carla Guy, everybody.
Oh my gosh, it's Carla.
What's up, Carla?
Hi, how are you?
Good. I haven't seen you in a while.
No? Have you seen
I've
me?
met you
You
before.
have?
Yeah.
Was I mean to you?
No one's ever mean to me.
No, sometimes I'm mean. No.
Oh,
You're not that
the only
mean.
one
Not
you can
at
be
all.
mean to yourself, Carla, is yourself.
What's your name?
Joey Herman.
Hi, Joey.
How are you?
Do you
Wait.
guys know each other?
We've met before. You've given me your card a long time ago.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm Ashes.
Did you bring the matches?
Was your
this
card
week?
like a pink card or something or some?
Probably.
Yeah, you had a picture of yourself on it.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
I look at it every night.
Nice. Before she masturbates.
What?
So, actually, Joey, you
Nothing
could,
wrong with masturbation, by the way. It's very good for you.
It's great for the soul.
It is. Actually, it is. Yeah, why not?
That's the only thing I do for
It
myself.
helps. It helps you with your second chakra, with your sacred chakra.
what's the second chakra?
Your sacred chakra, your sexuality,
So,
your sense of adventure,
What's the first one?
your root chakra, your manifestation, your purpose for being here.
where is that? What's
How
the
can
one
we
on
find out what those things are?
Well,
Wait,
all you have to do is ask me.
Okay,
Your
where do
root
they?
chakra is it goes from your tailbone to your feet.
What is it called?
Oh, my tailbone's inverted.
Is
What?
that why you do this?
She's going. She's
I think you
bending
do
down.
that to get some black penis.
No.
No, this is what you do to get some black penis. You have to breathe onto it. Sometimes, unless it's
It's all good. We can go through the chakras if you guys
From
want.
from the
That'd
top
be
of the head to
fun.
the bottom of the feet. Tell us. I think it would be fun.
Well, we're gonna start with the bottom because it
Is
works.
how
the
it
way up.
works?
So basically, you're a rainbow.
Okay.
White light. If you balance your rainbow, then you become enlightened. I teach people how to do this. And the thing is, people want to make enlightenment something so spectacular, but the fact of the matter is it's just peace within. It's just balance. And it's done through the breath.
Okay.
And so the first chakra you have is the root chakra. There's a Sanskrit name. It doesn't matter what it's called in Sanskrit. All it matters.
Well,
is
it kind of does, because isn't it Sanskrit all about
It doesn't matter. No.
vibration and all that?
Well, the thing is, you have to understand that the only thing that matters in life is what you think matters. So as a healer, I don't believe that it matters, so I don't tell you it matters. The fact is, you know English, and that's all that matters to me. So, I mean, I'm not going to get into the Sanskrit stuff. You can go Om all your life and not be enlightened. So you can go Om, and it doesn't. I'm an enlightened being. It doesn't change my beingness. And every time before I reached enlightenment, it didn't make me enlightened. So anyone who goes saying that one word's going to make you enlightened is...
How do you know you're enlightened?
Is it boring?
Enlightenment?
Yeah.
No, it's very peaceful.
Wait, how do you know?
How do you know you're enlightened?
It's an epiphany of enlightenment. It's.
How do you, hypothetically, I'm going to be devil's advocate here.
How do I?
How do you know you're not having delusions of grandeur?
Because I never said I was better than anyone.
Okay.
You're saying that enlightenment is better than something else.
I'm just curious.
Enlightenment has nothing to do with other than yourself. So when I say I'm enlightened, all it means is I know myself.
Okay.
I know myself.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I'm enlightened doesn't say I'm Jesus or any of those things.
I know.
I'm enlightened means I know myself the best I'll ever know myself.
So as
and
soon as
there's higher stages that you have epiphanies, but there's a moment when you realize that you're God, and then you become enlightened. So I don't know that much about Jesus, but I know he was killed, and he was probably killed for saying he was God. I don't really study the biblical text that much.
He didn't actually say he was God. He
said he was the Son of God.
No, he never said that, because he said if I say that, you're not going to believe me, but if you say that, then you're really not going to believe me or something. And he says, what do you think? And he says, and then Jesus said, whatever you say, that's what I am.
Yeah. So the fact of the matter is.
That was good, Ricky.
Thanks. Amen.
Wait, I have a
Hallelujah.
question for you.
Yes.
What religion do you identify yourself with, or if not?
I don't identify with any.
Okay, so you're spiritual.
I am just me.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say I'm spiritual.
Okay.
I would say I'm me. And that's easier than saying you're spiritual, because spiritual is a label and me is just me.
Okay. And then how long have you been at this?
25 years.
Oh, okay. So it's
I've studied everything from Orthodox Judaism to Kabbalah to Scientology to Christianity to ashrams to Buddhism to everything. I've studied everything. I still study other religions. I still talk to people.
What would you say was the common denominator out of all religion?
How much money can you please give me?
That is a very, very great point, because, that's exactly...
Because it's like, Jesus can save you if you send a check for...
How much money can you give me?
Exactly, that's true, because you know what? That's exactly what they've done with all these crosses and things like that.
Well, the problem with religion is it's a creation by man.
Business.
It is a really great business. I think it's a really great business.
It is a business move. If you want to make $1 million, if you want to make millions, make a religion.
$1 million. We're talking
billions.
Bajillions.
I mean...
Steve Jobs could have created a religion called Apple. And
you know what?
Money.
And he didn't he kind of create a whole religion unto himself? It's kind of like a religion of class, basically. But this is not very funny.
A little culty.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Wait, I want to do readings.
It could be. Okay. Yes.
I want to know things about us.
Can we do Carla first? Because
no.
Carla, can we do you first?
Do you first.
I don't care who we do first, as long as everyone gets done, because I'm a sharing individual.
Well, I'll help as many people as I want help.
Okay, I have a quick question. Before we do the readings, can you tell us your favorite joke?
My favorite joke?
Or one of your favorite jokes.
That's appropriate?
That's not appropriate.
We don't have to be appropriate here.
Okay.
It's okay.
My favorite joke that's very inappropriate, and since I was raised Jewish, but I wasn't raised Jewish, it's a culture thing more than anything. I just love matzo balls and chicken soup and matzah and rye bread and challah bread and gefilte fish sometimes.
Back, youngin'.
So my favorite joke that I ever heard.
Yeah.
I didn't write it. I heard it, and it's very dark to some. It's and this is like a joke probably people already know, but it's why did Hitler commit suicide?
Why?
Because he got the gas bill.
Because they killed all the Jews with the gas.
Cute.
That's very offensive to Jewish people.
That's my favorite
Ari's
joke.
going to be upset when he hears
I
this.
feel like we've told one anti-Semitic joke last week. This week, we're gonna have a segment next week.
Ari's going to tell us to stop doing those.
You know what? Yes.
Producer
Where
Ari.
is Ari? He's with his aunt right now.
He's taking care of some business right now.
Oh,
That sounds really shady.
Jessica, do you have a fun one joke that you can tell? That's your favorite inappropriate joke?
I don't.
Inappropriate.
Like my own joke or just a joke?
A joke that you
Like a jokey
enjoy.
joke?
Okay, no, actually, for you.
Like not my joke, but just like a joke I heard that I
What
enjoy?
was the first joke that you heard in high school that made you really take a shit in your pants? Like a joke that you were like, I can't believe that.
Oh.
But no, it doesn't have to be like dirty or anything. I have one.
Do we have the same one? Have we talked about this?
I don't know, but
Because mine is the one where it's like, this old man and a little boy are walking through the woods at night, and the little boy's like, I'm scared, and the old man's like, you're scared, I gotta walk out of here alone.
That's very funny.
Which is terrible, but it's funny.
Why is it terrible?
I mean,
it's not terrible.
Listen,
it's
from
honest.
a spiritual standpoint, and this might sound bad, there are no victims. That means kids aren't victims either. We all are responsible for our lives.
I think that is a very
Wait, that's a really easy way to cop out on like beating the shit out of your kid and be like, he's responsible for his life.
but everyone is responsible for everything. I'm responsible
if a kid gets raped, they're responsible for that.
You know what? Spiritually speaking, yes. Because I believe in reincarnation, and I believe.
And so you think that they're getting paid back for?
I don't say it's payback. I just say it's a choice. You choose every moment in your life. And once we all agree that we're responsible for everything that happens, think about how much peace there'll be.
See, I can't agree with that. You can't be responsible for someone else's actions upon you.
You know what? Then the way we create peace between me and you is I listen to you, I respect your opinion, and you respect mine, and we both know we're wrong.
Okay.
That's a
Agree
really
to disagree.
very, very, that's a tough thing to
No,
sell.
it's not tough. It's not tough at all.
That's why people preface their sentences. Now, I could be wrong, but.
It's
we're all wrong and we're all right, but it doesn't matter because if we love each other unconditionally, that's all that matters. Regardless of how you treat me, Ricky, or what you say to me, I love you.
Of course.
And I can let go of everything that ever happens between us because I'm responsible for whatever you do to me.
I
that
can't
is
do that.
a tremendous amount of reciprocal responsibility that we both have towards each other and we have to ourselves.
Of course.
But
I want to hear the background story of this guy.
My background story is basically I grew up as a kid. I loved baseball. I think baseball is an amazing sport. Wanted to be a baseball player. Didn't pursue it well enough, so I didn't move on from high school. Started acting when I was 16. Worked on a TV show with Joey Lawrence called Brotherly Love.
Brotherly Love.
I was on an episode with my brother. I have a twin brother. And we did an episode, and then I just started acting. Went to film school to be a filmmaker. Then went to school to be a therapist.
Wait a minute. Can we rewind just a little bit, and can you talk about Joey Lawrence just a little bit? Because I had such a little fag
And
crush
Matt Lawrence and Andy Lawrence. Remember Matt Lawrence? He was beautiful.
Can you tell us a fun Joey Lawrence story? Just a fun one. Nothing bad. Just something fun.
You know what? The funniest thing about working with him is he's very professional, and he wasn't very personable.
Really interesting.
So I mean, at that time, Andy was really young and cute, and he was fun to work with. And everyone kind of had their own thing going on. You know, we had like separate rooms. But there was a funny story. There was a woman on the show. Her name was Liz Vasey. She's an actress too. Mm-hmm. And I remember we were working, and I guess she had put her bagel down to rehearse a scene, and so then I, you know, after she was rehearsing the scene, I brought her bagel to be kind because she left it on the thing, and she for some reason had thought I'd taken it out of the trash to give to her. It was just like really awkward, like I just thought it was funny. Like she assumed that I would dig in the trash and give her a dirty bagel when it was actually just her bagel that she was eating.
So were you like kind of known as a jokester when you were there?
Well, I only worked on one episode, so I wasn't on the show that often.
Wait, did you have the how much has your face changed from the time that you were a child to the time right now? Because you have that like a very warm, youthful looking face, but you have a little, you know.
Well, I think you're connecting to my soul. The thing is, we all have the ability to see everyone. And that's the third chakra. That's your ability to be psychic. You have to understand we're all born with special gifts. So there's certain chakras, we didn't even go over them, that are your strengths, and there's certain chakras that are you're deficient in. So it's like a muscle. She's working out over there.
Wait a minute, but we were going back. We were talking about you, and we were going a bit your backstory.
So me, you know what, I think.
I don't know when you got started doing this. You said 25 years, but.
So how did that happen?
How did you go from acting to?
Well, I studied spirituality when I was a kid. When I would go to temple, and I was going to temple as a kid, and then when I was in college, I studied all different religions in school and all that. And then when I got out of college, I was still studying spirituality and religion, and I crossed over into therapy. I went back to school to be a therapist. And when I was in school, we were talking about depression, and I had experienced a big amount of depression as a child.
Okay.
And so when we were talking about it, I understood that none of my teachers knew what they were talking about because they had never experienced it. So I figured, why do I want to study from these people? So I dropped out of school to be a therapist, and I pursued a career in producing live comedy. And so I produced live comedy, and at the same time, I was on the spiritual journey where I was turned on to Buddhism, and there was this organization called Vipassana Meditation, which is a nonprofit organization where they teach you how to meditate for 10 days. It's all over the world. It's www.dhamma.org, and they teach you how to meditate based on the teachings of Goenkaji, which stems from Burma, which stems from the source of the Buddha. So they teach you how the Buddha meditated, which is through breath and vibration. So you go for a 10-day retreat for 15 hours a day and you meditate. They feed you and they house you, and it's for free. And once I went through that, I'm like, wow. And this for anyone who has never meditated for long periods of time, or even meditated, or even been able to sit still, 15 hours a day is very hard. And so
15 hours of meditating?
Yeah, but you get breaks in between.
For 5 minutes.
Well, it's like a muscle you work. So what happens is when you become enlightened, you have no attachment to anything. So enlightenment is really
never gonna happen for me.
Okay. Well, if you say that, it'll never happen.
I cling to
So what
things.
happens is when you reach enlightenment, you can sit still. You can sit still. See, what happens is when you sit for that long of periods, 2-3 hours in a row, your body aches, your pain comes. What happens is it's just your unconscious mind living through your pain. So I would sit there, and your thoughts, the goal is to connect to the breath and not attach to any of the feelings. So you can imagine sitting somewhere for 3 hours on the floor, and your legs are asleep and your feet feel like they're breaking, but if you can stay at peace, you've reached enlightenment. So
that is so absolutely wild, because that is very difficult to do. It's very difficult to do.
Only if you think it is.
I think it's a very difficult thing to do.
But I can teach you how to reach it faster than doing that.
Now, what would be the benefit of doing something like that? Because it seems almost like, why to...
To me, it seems like I'm very cynical, which I'm sure you picked up.
I think, also...
So the benefits to doing that is that the thing is, you are so powerful as a being that you have to understand that every thought you have has the power to manifest. So there's this thing called telepathic communication, which is very possible among two beings, which means that two people can look at each other and telepathically communicate a movie between the two of them without them ever saying a word. Now, one day in our society, you're going to be at such a level, and the world's going to be at such a level, that you're going to have to be responsible for all your thoughts. So if you thought, Joey, I hate your hair, I would know it in a second, because it would send
you have great hair.
I know.
Who would think that?
No, but it would send a Star Wars type
People are just going to be able to
hologram.
pick up on your
Well,
thoughts.
Yes, and it already happens.
It
Oh,
already
God,
does
don't
happen.
let me
It already
live
does.
to see
I was
that.
just reading about some school in Fontana. This woman had gotten an email from one of her students anonymously saying, I hate you so much, I want to kill you, and blah, 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 and sent this anonymously. And the teacher was so mortified or so frightened that one of her students could even have a thought like that.
Yeah.
But that he was being honest about it and sent this email out, or if he was joking about it and sending this email
And
out.
my question to this woman is, what does she do on a regular basis to receive that kind of energy?
Probably assigns them homework.
That's-
Kids
No,
are
it doesn't matter. We have to be so sensitive to everyone among us that we care about them, that, sometimes I look at people, and there's even spiritual leaders that have security, and I go up to the security of these people and I go, why do they even need security? Because there's crazy people in this world.
yeah, there's
and then
definitely.
I think to myself, I'm like, what are you attracting that would make a crazy person want to hurt you?
You know what? That is the thing that has always driven me nuts about Martin Luther King. And I don't mean to badmouth Martin Luther King or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, even though he was preaching all of this nonviolence, this, that, and the other thing, I mean, he had a cachet of guns and all of this stuff, and he had security and people that with
Well, the
firearms,
thing
and
is,
it's
when you preach something, you attract the opposite. So I don't go out and preach peace, because when you preach peace, you attract danger.
But if you preach danger,
then you'll probably attract both. You attract both.
because if you're putting it out there, isn't it?
What happened to Christopher Dorner? He was preaching.
The fact of the matter is this: as a spiritual being, it is not my place to tell you how to live your life unless you come to me. So the thing is, as a healer, I only work with those who ask me for help.
Okay.
I'm not putting myself out there. I'm doing a lecture at the end of the month, but my lecture is basically titled, "You Are Your Best Healer." I'm not giving myself the power of being anything other than my own best healer. You are your own best healer, and you are your own best healer, and she is her own best healer. And I'm only here to help you be your best healer.
Okay.
And so the thing is, there's a difference in saying that than saying, I am someone who can lead you to happiness. No. You lead yourself
you have
to
to
happiness.
lead yourself to
of
happiness.
course, yes.
Of course.
And everything's happening.
That I agree with.
And everything's happening. And the reason why I'm here is because I am here to share peace, which means the universe will be a peaceful place for all. It already is for me. My goal is to get critical mass at a place of peace, which is 10%. And then once critical mass hits universal peace within, then it'll spread. It's like the cell phone. It's like anything. Once 10% of the population reaches critical mass of anything, it'll spread. Same thing with electric cars, same thing with anything. So we're just patiently waiting, me and a couple of people that I know that are, spiritually enlightened. We're just waiting for the right people to ask us for help so we can help them. And that's it. And my day is pretty much all the same. I live in a constant state of vacation, and if there's anything I want, I just ask people for it.
Now I have a question, because if you are helping people become the best healers that they
Themselves,
can be
yes.
themselves, they can help themselves. I mean, in some way, do you think that you're doing them a disservice by helping them? Because isn't like a kind of a path for you to discover these things yourselves? You discover these things yourselves but
well, the thing is, it took me a long time to discover this stuff, and I'm letting you know that it doesn't have to take that long. The reason why religions exist is because they don't want to share this information with you, because there's a ton of money to be made on this knowledge. But I don't need or want the money. All I want is your peace for you.
Well, that's
so
a very good thing.
So the thing is, people. I talked to one of my friends. I talked to one of my friends, and he said that human beings by nature, and this is just him speaking, I think, want things to be tough. Things are
that's so human nature to see the negative or like expect things to go wrong.
Well, the thing is, if I could tell you I could teach you enlightenment in 5 minutes, you'd be like, whatever. And the truth is I can, but I don't tell you that, because if I told you that, then you would, one, maybe think I was crazy, and two, think I was crazy. But the fact of the matter, I'm not crazy. I'm just me.
You know what? That's the thing that I hated about, to totally digress here a little bit. Have you ever read this Judy Carter book? It's called Stand-Up Comedy.
God, no.
It's a workbook.
I don't read books.
You have that workbook? Okay.
I've met Judy before.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Here,
I don't know
she
who
wrote
she
this
is.
book back in the day.
She does workshops still.
Yeah.
Does she?
Well,
Oh.
she probably
At the
basically based off of this book, I'm sure. And she has this like maybe, I don't know, a bunch of pages, like over like 50 or something like that, of all this workbook before she gets to the end of the book that shows you how to do like what a setup is and what a punchline is. She makes you like go through all of these things about yourself, and it's like, what the heck?
Does it help?
No, I just literally.
I just have never been inclined to read a book about like how to do comedy, because I think you're either funny
Somebody
or
told
you're
me
not.
that
Well, I think everyone's funny in their own right.
There's so many people out there doing comedy that are not funny.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You know what? Let's not talk negatively about anyone. The fact of the matter, the most important thing for a comedian to be is themselves.
That's very true.
So-
and that's what I'm saying is that
So, but the
how do you
thing
do
is,
that?
the thing is, what Judy's doing is helping people realize who they are. So she's basically helping them. And the thing is, you don't have to take her class. I've never read her book,
Right.
because I'm not interested in it. I've met her as a person, and we don't flow. So it's not something that I would do.
Right.
So, everyone is on a different thing. What works for you might not work for them, but there are basic principles of the universe, like gravity, that exist. And so there's certain things that are real and certain things that aren't. And I can tell you that you are a rainbow. You are 7 chakras.
Oh, you're such a
You are God. You are responsible for your life. You make choices every second on how you're going to live, and you control everything from your mind to your body to your soul. And once you realize that, then you'll be free from all attachment and all jails, and you can do whatever you want.
Okay, that is like a life. It takes a life Almost. Well, I mean, I would say because I've
Ricky, stop yourself before we. You're telling me your story.
Right. For
And
me personally.
Then you're writing your story. If you were a screenwriter now, your story would be. It takes Ricky a life to reach.
Well,
enlightenment.
I mean, I'm not saying that it takes.
Why don't you
life.
change it? And they have
I'm not saying that
they have a
about
spiritual
myself.
law saying fake it till you make it. Why don't you just tell me right now you're enlightened, and then you'll be there.
Well,
Just say that.
Because you're not being
No,
honest with
no,
yourself.
no, but just say it to me and see how it makes you feel. If you can look me in the eyes and say, Joey Herman, I am enlightened.
Joey Herman, I am enlightened.
You
Cool.
feel like a fraud.
No.
No, I don't feel like
No.
a fraud
Really?
at all.
No.
I don't feel like a fraud
Good.
at all.
I would.
Do you
Because
feel that peace?
I feel that simple
Yeah.
thing. That's
Then there
just
you go.
Simple.
And you know what, Ricky? It's that easy.
It is.
It is. So if you need to,
Yeah.
if you need to use any mantra in your life, I would use that one or the gratitude one, which is thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you can live every day and just say thank you to everything, then how would you ever not be happy?
Oh, we just had a moment of silence
don't-
right there because because we want to make it hard for ourselves.
We want to
like
we
were
want to
saying and
fight
stuff.
things.
We do.
Ricky, thank you.
Thank you.
That's an energy of there's nothing higher than that. Nothing. So if you were to punch me in the face,
Mm-hmm.
Ricky, thank you.
Right.
And how would you react? I've had people get mad at me for me telling them I love them,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe they didn't understand what love was, but I've never had anyone get mad at me for sincerely saying thank you to them.
Of course.
Have you ever gotten mad at someone who sincerely said thank you to you and meant it? If someone was fighting with you and they're like, you know what, I'm sorry, thank you for being my friend.
No, of course not.
No, there you go.
However,
So it's called gratitude.
well,
Michael Beckwith from Agape, who I really respect, calls it Thanksgiving.
that I don't know what agape is, but this sounds
It means
like
unconditional love.
oh,
Well, it's a gathering place.
it's a gathering
It's
place.
a spiritual center. It's really amazing. I actually volunteer for their well-being ministry. It's an amazing place that is open to all races, all religions, all genders, all sexual orientations. It's an amazing place. It's in Culver City.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now this is a very interesting, I keep saying the word interesting like it's interesting because I'm saying it's interesting. Like I'm trying to write that it's interesting. So
By
that
the way,
it's
you guys are
interesting.
amazing interviewers. By the way, I really see you taking this show not beyond a podcast to TV to really reaching a lot of people. It's up to you guys though.
Of course it is.
I really see that you guys have a nice mesh with each other. I mean, you know, she's pretty and very lovely,
You
and
think I'm
and
pretty?
you're very
Let's go back to that.
extremely smart,
Thank you very much.
and you're handsome too.
Thank you very much. You're very handsome too.
Well, thank you.
Do you now? Let me ask you about this. About because do you shave like this across your face, or do you? Because I have to.
Or
shave
does it grow
this.
like that?
No,
I do like
I have Russian Polish background, so I my face.
I don't know why that's the noise that I think I come up with
It's
Russian
okay.
and Polish.
That's my orgasm voice too. No, it isn't.
Maybe.
Okay, what?
Can we go back to me
Read it.
looking pretty enough that I seem like I'm not smart?
I think
like-
you're. I think
You're smart.
very
You're smart, but you need to work on your self confidence.
Oh, that is radiating, I think.
No, is it what you have to believe how. The thing is, I can tell you all day long how pretty and smart you are, but until you know it, then it doesn't matter.
I've heard that so many times.
So stop fishing for compliments.
Oh no, I'm not. I was being very like.
no, but there is no such
facetious.
thing as a joke.
I'm a comedian. And there's a
Doesn't
lot.
no, there's
yeah,
no such thing as a joke.
There's
There's I'm a comedian too, but
Okay,
there's no such thing as a
So
joke.
then, what?
wow.
what do you-
Everything that's funny is true.
Agree to disagree.
What do
Everything
you?
that's true is
what,
funny.
What do you think is? What is it? What is a joke to you then?
A joke to me
Yeah.
is
If there's no such thing as a joke, then what is a joke to you?
a joke
Yeah,
is
how's
a
it-
joke is life. A joke is the truth.
Life
A
is
joke
a joke.
a joke is taking assumptions and making fun of them.
Joke's on you.
Okay. Well,
No,
there you
jokes
go.
can be pulled from.
So
they
there-
don't have to be real.
But
Okay,
but
but-
no, but it has to have some basis in reality.
Right.
Or they're not funny. I mean, the Hitler joke I told you was real. Hitler killed Jews, and his gas bill probably was high, but he didn't. Maybe he committed suicide because he got a high gas bill. That's something I'm assuming, which makes me funny. and
I think he
yada, yada,
committed
yada.
suicide because
they was gonna get him.
But who even
Who
knows if he
knows?
committed suicide? No one knows. It's like the Bible. No one was there.
What's
When,
going on?
no one was there when it was written, so it's all hearsay. So why even care about it? Just be in the moment.
because it's such a fun story. That's the only reason to really care about anything.
Well, it
I,
was
I love stories.
Reading.
Okay. Oh, do you
Yeah.
want to do a
Let's do
reading?
readings.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
You want to do a reading?
Yeah. Hold on, wait. Can we get? I'm gonna do some reading music.
You don't read
Is
my
that cool?
clothes, do you? Because I don't normally dress like
I
this.
do read everything about you.
Will you
Oh.
do the?
I'll read
'Cause my
everything about you.
shirt could
I can
lead you-
start. I can start on the outside and go in, or the in and outside, whatever you want to
It
do.
doesn't matter. My shirt may lead you
funny-
to assume
it's
that I
funny
care
that
about
you-
material things more than I do.
No,
Is this a materialistic shirt? I don't know. It's a curtain.
it's reading time. It's reading time with Joey Herman. I can't sing, but
It's reading time with Joey Herman now.
awesome.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool. So you made a comment that you didn't want me to talk about your physical, but the first thing I noticed based on your physicality is the colors you wear. So colors have a lot to do with what state of mind you're in. So what color is your shirt?
I'm wearing a very white shirt, which is different for me. But
it white?
I like it's like a cream white.
Yeah, but it's like a pinkish white, right? I see.
There's
like,
a pink in the middle.
yeah,
Yeah,
there you go. So I'm
There's
gonna focus
a little
on.
bit of pink.
I'm gonna focus on pink because pink is the color of soulmates. And so what you're telling me is that you're longing to find someone who connects to you on a soul level.
It's Ari.
Really, the pink? Because there's mostly white.
No, it doesn't matter.
I love pink.
I know.
Is that why?
Yeah. So
Because I'm desperate
the-
for love.
no, you're not desperate for love, but you're looking for a higherness between someone, between you
Okay.
and someone.
I'm looking to connect.
Yeah, on a soul level.
Oh.
So based on what I see in your soul, I see that you need to travel more, and this
Okay.
occupation that you've chosen will allow you to travel.
Yay.
I see that there is no real place for you to live in your life. You should just travel. You should be free from all attachments of having a solid foundation and just free to travel wherever your work leads you. You have the kind of personality that people will welcome you in regardless if you have a home, because you are very sweet and you have the ability to really help people.
Oh, it's that hippie thing inside of me.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's a hippie. I would say it's more of a gypsy.
Gypsy?
Yeah, which is hippie, gypsy.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, and I would say that you're doing everything you need to do. If I were to work with you one-on-one in a session, we would work on your solar plexus, which is the color yellow, which is a sense of self and your confidence. And you have to really work on your decision making. You have a hard time making decisions sometimes.
This is alarmingly accurate.
Yeah, I'm really good. And you have a hard time making decisions, and then you get upset at yourself for the decisions you make. And I would help you help yourself make better decisions, because you have a problem with pleasing people, and you don't need to do that anymore. So just don't please anyone.
He knows I'm a people pleaser.
Yes, you are, which is not who you really are. Because you really are a lion, but you're afraid to be it because.
No shit, I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
Can I just say that, you guys? Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy to me.
Because you and your dad's relationship needs a little mending.
Oh, why'd you have to bring
But
up
you
my
don't need to
dad?
be with your dad to mend that. What you do is you recreate the moments you've had with him by going back in time and rewriting the stories without your dad ever being there. So we can do that right now if you want.
What do you mean rewrite the stories? That's did you guys like tell him things about
You don't
me?
have to answer anything.
Wait, even the father part?
No.
I have I haven't talked to my dad in 4 years.
What?
Yeah.
I was also found out I was artificially inseminated, so my dad's not even my biological father, but my dad who raised me, he like abandoned me when I was like 8, and then he was back in my life like when I was in college because
So let's
this
talk
is
about
just so weird.
let's talk about this relationship with your father.
Oh, this is gonna bring down
If
the
you-
audience.
No, it won't. Then we won't have to talk about it. You can you can hire me on my private time. It's okay. I work on a sliding scale.
I don't want to bore.
No, please. If you feel
So this is
comfortable-
all
What do you
need
want
to
to
do.
talk about? Yeah.
So I see in your soul there was a moment when you're about 5 or 6, and it doesn't really matter what that moment is. Now, since you are you like to associate things outside of you, I want to role play with you. All right?
Oh wow, kinky. Okay.
Yeah, kinky, but I'm keeping my clothes on.
Oh,
But you can take yours off.
I won't subject you guys to that.
See, there's
Nope,
your confidence.
okay, sorry.
And that's okay. It doesn't affect
And
me.
I apologize.
You would just turn off someone with confidence from going, oh, she's too much work. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, I see that all the time.
Yeah, okay. So someone like me would be like, she's too much work. She's not a woman. She's not confident. I only want to be around people that I am. So what I want you to do is I want you to pretend like I'm your dad,
Oh.
and I will pretend like you are you, which you are, and I want you to tell me how you feel at the age of 6.
Oh.
Just talk to me real quick. I want you to tell me how you feel and what your feelings are towards me, and I will.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
sorry.
that's a very good thing. But you can do it to me. Let's do it to me.
I
Okay.
We all want to do that.
Because yeah, that's a very, very intense thing.
I don't remember anything
But-
from
That's
before I was
very-
like 9 years old.
But
Yeah.
you do. That's the problem. You don't want to, but you do. And all it takes is a suspension of disbelief, and to tap into your essence of being a thespian and recreating that moment. Because all the reason actors act is because in that moment they believe that they are that person, and it's an illusion to the rest of the world. But the great actors in the moment are really those
Can I
people.
ask, what is the end? This is because I'm too concerned with the results. What is the end goal of doing this exercise?
The end goal of
C-
anything that I do is teaching you to be you.
Because I just don't see
The end
you
goal.
guys. You know what I mean? Like,
The end goal for my work with you is for you to be complete with nothing but yourself, to
Okay,
be
I have a question
in
for you
touch with
that-
everything.
With what you told her.
with
If
what?
she was to go back and relive that, then you're releasing the memory.
If you go back and relive it, what happens is you're in the moment,
Yeah.
and then as a writer, you write it the way you wanted it to happen. But you come from a place of unconditional love. So let's say me and you had an argument earlier.
Okay.
I could go back to that moment without ever telling you,
Right.
and then I could say I'm sorry to you in that moment, or tell you that I'm sorry without ever communicating to you, and that's forever changed our relationship.
Okay.
So watch, I'll do it right now.
It's
When
like-
you came in,
Sorry.
Now what are you saying?
good. So my relationship is now changed forever, based on me, not based on you.
Okay.
Can you
Yeah.
feel that or no?
I don't know. The relationship
Okay.
between you and me, or the relationship between you towards me.
My everything.
So now the next time I see you, I should be a different way.
No, you should be whatever way you want, but it won't affect me.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I
it's not
control how
releasing-
I see you.
Okay. So it's not releasing the memory. It's not going back and correcting it.
It's rewriting the script.
Okay.
It's like when you shoot a movie.
But
and there's
isn't
this-
that just like living a delusion? Like I could go back and be like, and I'm
Yeah,
happy.
but your life's a delusion anyways, compared to my life. So everything's just a delusion. How you see the world is just a delusion, isn't it? You can just say that the way you see things.
Well, like we could have a role play where I go and I have this happy conversation, and my dad's a great dad,
uh-huh.
and then
But
5
you have to
minutes
really,
later,
you have to really,
beat
li-
you
you have,
up.
but you have to really live it. And then if he beats you up 5 minutes from now, then you didn't
not
do
gonna
you didn't do the
affect her.
work. You didn't do the work.
you
No,
didn't
no,
do
no.
the work.
You didn't
Like
do the work.
I just don't understand. Okay,
Well, it's maybe it's too
I'm getting
complicated for you to
to-
understand in this moment. I think what would happen right now is and I can see it. You put a little cover over your heart, and I can see it actually. And I think that you just want your space. So we should probably change the subject.
We should go to Ricky.
In a
I've,
certain-
I've ruined the show
You have
with my
not ruined
father
the show
issues.
because you know what? Here's the thing about that. In a certain way, this is like a great acting exercise. I've gone through this in an acting
makes
thing
you
before,
vulnerable.
and it really does.
Oh, I hate that.
When you connect to something that somebody else sees in your something where you thought you had this wall up. Of course, it's gonna, and so I think unless you're ready, really super ready to prepared, and thank you, Jessica, for being so like.
Jessica,
I'm-
I would
You
say.
guys, you
don't
don't have
wanna
to
do this.
coddle me because I have emotional walls.
You
that
don't.
Jessica,
don't
I would
What
say
is
your
that?
strongest chakra is your ability to manifest your thoughts. So if there's anything that I would recommend you do, is whatever you think, know that it's going to occur. So if
So
you
focus on positive.
no,
think-
there's no such thing as positive. Just focus on what you want.
Okay, so
Stop
Don't-
making it black or
That's
white.
intense.
don't think. Oh, that's so hard for me. I have a personality
Let's-
disorder.
Can we go to Carla? Carla,
No,
you-
we're gonna go to Ricky. Give me this mic.
We're going to Ricky.
Can
You have to get
Can
red.
you think about? I
Let's hear
want
about your
Carla on a
dad.
sitcom. Can you think about that?
Oh, I want Carla on a sitcom.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
we should have our
now
own
to
sitcom.
Ricky. Now to Ricky. Go Ricky.
I
Oh.
think you guys should
Not me.
look into getting on like Sirius or Playboy or some kind of radio show, and then take it from there, and maybe connecting with the Howard Sterns of the market, and really having a very serious radio show. I don't think it needs to be in New York, but I think that you guys could do a lot to help a lot of people. So I actually see
I
you
think
guys really enjoying Northern California. It's more open to this kind
Okay,
of
first of all,
You're
we're not.
going
No,
to
San
Francisco.
Francisco. Be
Be
sure to wear a flower.
in your hair.
There's like a pole in the middle of everything.
It's a
and-
stripper pole.
Yes.
It's our chakra pole.
It's oh, there you go. Wow.
That's my center.
X
my
Pole
chi.
Fitness. Do you actually use that?
Yeah, that's me.
Is that you really?
Yeah, when I had dark. No, that's not. I'm lying.
Oh.
If that was me, I would be naked all the time.
I
I'd just
love-
be like, look at me.
I love how you just told her so many things that she agreed with, but even though she's right next to a picture, you could not tell that was not her.
Well, you know what? I
It's because I have a flowy shirt on. I look like I could be in really
you
good
have to
shape.
understand my.
You are in really good shape.
You have to understand that I am a man of my word, so I don't. She might have been joking, and she was. So
Right.
I receive what she said, and I go, oh, is that really you? And I didn't see it, but I didn't want to be rude and go, no, that doesn't look like you.
By
Like
the
you've
way,
really let yourself go.
I love
You see
your
what I'm saying?
outfit. This is really cool. You look really, really cool.
Well, thank you.
Okay, my turn. Ready?
All right, Ricky is
Wait, I'm
reading.
so excited.
Ricky, you
Eye contact.
are.
I am.
No, well, that's obvious. But there is no such thing as a homosexual. The thing is,
We're all just beings.
we're all just beings,
You
and,
missed that
and you
part,
can have
Ari.
sex with whoever
Sorry.
you want. To label yourself as a homosexual would be to label myself as a Jew, which I'm not really, but I was born. So that's ridiculous.
Right.
So I would say if I were to look at you, I would say that I would really like for you to not do any more drugs for the rest of your life.
Okay.
I like that.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Ricky.
And that includes alcohol,
Right.
marijuana, cocaine, anything that you do.
Right.
It doesn't serve you as a person.
Of course.
And it's a waste of your beingness.
Okay.
It keeps you in a place of darkness, and it actually makes you depressed after
Right.
you do it.
Of course.
And you don't need it because
So-
you're beautiful.
But some
white.
people do need it, but it's but you don't. The thing is, your gift for the world
Yes.
is that you. Wow, I'm getting it right now. Hold on. You really see people. You really see people. When you meet them, you really see who they are in that moment.
Yeah.
You have the ability to help a lot of people because you are an amazing healer yourself. And that you are really intuitive,
I thought
really
it was gonna say he's
psychic.
gonna die.
and you need to tap into your psychic ability, and I can help you with that. Your strongest sense is your sense to really see everything. Like, we've met for like maybe 10 minutes, and you saw everything in me, and that ability is precious. So if anything, I would say beyond anything, you are extremely psychic, and your gift of honing that skill will help not only you, but everyone you meet. You need to experiment more sexually.
More?
Yeah.
God.
Well, I mean, he needs to experiment more in the fact that he needs to try things he's never tried before.
I agree with that.
And go to where it feels uncomfortable, which means the woman thing. I think you should have sex with more women, and I think you should do some threesomes
Okay.
where a man and a woman are involved,
Okay.
maybe two women.
Okay.
I think you should start masturbating to female porn.
I've already started doing that.
Okay, cool.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that you should go on that road trip with that friend of yours.
Mhm.
And I think that you should open up a restaurant because you really are very you have great hospitality.
That's hilarious.
What about children?
Why is that hilarious?
It's just really funny. It's just really funny.
And I think as far as children go, I think that you don't really want to have your own, but you might adopt later on in the future.
Okay.
I think you will adopt with let's see.
Wait, I want to know.
You might even adopt with a woman,
Mm-hmm.
but you might not even have to marry her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think marriage is very important to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what is important to you is relationships. So you don't really need a title, but you do need the connection.
It's pretty swell.
Yeah.
Wait.
Do you have any questions for me? Because I can see everything, but I'm only trying to tell you what I think is most important, but you would know what's more important to you
I
than
have
me.
no questions
Did
whatsoever.
you know anything about him beforehand?
We met. This is how we met. We met at the Comedy Store, and he was talking to somebody. We met for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. You gave me your phone number. Totally. Do you remember how we met?
Yeah, you're at the door, sitting at the door.
Yeah, but we didn't. We met. He and I met like you and me met, but you and I had like longer interaction. But he was like shorter than that. But I remember. Excuse me. It was very intense, and we hugged each other. And even though it was a very like not a straight guy hug. It wasn't like a. I knew
Well,
you were straight,
Yeah.
but
Well,
it was like a very.
I'm not
it was
straight
a-
or anything.
Well, whatever.
I am a being.
He's
well,
just a
of course
being.
you are. But
Yeah.
in the nightclub way of communicating, you hugged like a motherly type person, but
Yes.
you were very much a straight guy. That I
Yes.
understood that.
Yeah.
Even though you like smelled like very much a gay guy. I remember
You
you.
smelled
You
very much.
did.
Some
You
people
smelled
think-
really good.
Well, the
You
thing
smelled,
is,
but you
I
didn't
have
smell
so
like
much love that sometimes men think I'm gay and sometimes women think I'm just straight, but I'm neither nor.
Right.
You're just a free
I am
being.
open to whatever, but I am in a committed relationship at this time,
That's
so
cool.
I am very respectful of my partner.
Well,
Why would you tell
Wait.
him to do more sex?
Why? Because that's what I see.
because
Because
that's
It
that
doesn't
will free
mean
him?
have sex with me.
no. Of
Wait,
course, but
can we? I want to know if I. What about my future? Am
Your
Am
future?
I gonna have babies? What?
Um,
My biological
well,
clock needs an
everything's
answer.
everything's up to you, but I see you actually do settling down and having boys.
Oh. All right. I'm
And I
always worried
see-
about
I
being
see-
infertile.
I
one
see
day.
3 boys.
3 boys.
Yeah.
Mother of Mary.
And you'll really love New Zealand, so I'd recommend you go soon.
That's fucking weird.
okay, Carla's
What's
turn.
up with fucking what?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Do you want
I don't want to know.
Ari? Do you want to go next?
Why was that weird?
Ari wants
I
to
don't.
know.
I don't know.
You're-
That's
you're
just.
last one.
Ari,
You don't.
I don't know.
I want to know.
You don't want to know
It's
anything.
just cool. I think you're
You
great.
go,
Well, thank
Ari.
you.
Go,
You
Ari,
guys should
go.
all come
Go.
to my
Go.
lecture.
When is your plug your lecture? When and
I
where?
have a lecture Sunday, March 3rd, 6:30 p.m. at the Mystic Journey Bookstore in Venice, and it's $10, and it's a small space, so it's only the first 40 that show up, and the topic is You Are Your Best Healer, and I'll be talking about how you can balance everything yourself through your breath and through your soul. And I'll be open to questions and anything. It's basically me just sharing with you everything I've learned in 25 years in 2 hours. And my goal with doing these seminars is really to help people, because everything that I've experienced doesn't have to take so much time and pain. And the things I've realized through my spiritual journey is that there needs to be someone out there that really cares about others and doesn't just do it for a status or a financial gain.
Yeah.
Regardless if I make $1 billion in my lifetime or not, or whether or not someone knows my face or knows my name, it really does not
That's
matter.
not the point of what you're
The,
doing.
the matter to me is to help people. And I'm the last person who ever wants my name ever associated with anything, because it's not about me.
'Cause it's not about you.
about you. And when people ask me what is the name of what you do, and I just say it's you. So I don't really have a name for it, but if what I teach is anything, it's you. It's basically you. And that's what I focus on every.
You know what? I'm sorry to interrupt you. I had a freak out moment right now because I was like, oh my God, I'm having deja vu. I'm having deja vu. But I just realized that you just texted me that the other day on the phone. And I was like,
You're
well,
I am a psychic.
I
Oh,
said
no,
it's up to you. I said it's up to you.
Carla.
I have a question.
Carla has good questions.
I do have a good question. So what are you doing? So you're reading their auras, yes?
Well, Carla, what I do is I have the ability to read souls,
Okay.
and the soul's in your eyes. So if Ricky were to put on glasses right now where I couldn't see his eyes, he'd be covering his soul. So a lot of the time, people want to hide with covering their eyes. If someone can't look you in the eyes, they're probably lying to you.
I have a legitimate question, and it's gonna sound like a joke.
Mine wasn't legitimate.
No, I hope it's funny though.
What about people who have no eyes?
Well, then
I
that's-
work with blind kids, and some of them have no eyes.
Well, then that's something. It's per discussion. I believe that nothing.
They still have a soul.
Of course, but I would believe that their eyes are missing based on their actions in this life or previous.
And in like a previous life.
Yeah, of
or
course.
something.
If people are
That's
missing eyes,
heavy.
have issues with something. If your eyes are taken away from you, either one, you don't need them, or two, you've
You
done
don't
something.
need them. How great is that for?
Yeah,
I have a
That's-
question.
it's not a negative or positive thing.
Okay, so
That's beautiful.
like hypothetically, like,
Yes.
or I think I'm using the right word. Okay, so let's talk about Jesus real quick. Jesus, like, made some blind people see. Do you
Okay.
think he was going again? Do you think God's mad at Jesus because he's like, hey, I wanted those people to be blind, and then you made
Or
them.
maybe
No,
he.
but you know what? You're talking about God being something outside of us. So I would tell you that God is you. So those blind people are God. So everything is God, Ricky. meaning that this concept that God is somewhere in the sky
Right.
or something beyond us is BS. God has nothing to do with anything other than this moment, you and me, here and now. This is just as much God as you are. So if I were to destroy this, I'd be destroying God. People want to call it property, but it's not. It's just God.
Oh.
So those blind people who wanted to see, first of all, wanted to see, and that's why they saw.
Oh,
Not
okay.
because Jesus gave them back their sight.
Oh,
it's
okay.
because they wanted to see.
Right.
So why are they giving the power to someone else? If you want to be enlightened, you're not giving me the power. I could help you become enlightened, but then why would you want to give me the power? If you reach enlightenment when we work, it's all because of you, not because of me.
Right. But
then
the
the way people want to take things is they want credit. They want, oh, it was Jesus. No, it wasn't Jesus. It was the blind people who were able to see because they believe that someone else could help them. Do you see? Do you understand that? If you believe that if you ate chicken sandwiches every day for the rest of your life and you'd make $1 million a year, you'd make that happen yourself.
Exactly, of course.
Not the chicken sandwiches.
Of course, yes. Okay, I understand that. Okay, okay, Carla.
So
Carla
would
has a
you
good
say
question.
that events that happen in your life implant on your soul?
I would say only if I let them. I would say every event that's happened to me is based on me wanting it to happen. And I did something to make that happen.
I have such a hard time getting on board with that.
Well, you do because you don't want to take responsibility. Well, kids, you have to understand that on a soul level, some kids are more advanced than adults. You're looking at everything that let's feel sorry.
So this
for
is
kids.
like in terms of I feel bad for a lot of people.
Well, then you're lowering your vibration. I don't feel bad for anyone. I love you, but I don't feel bad for you. It's a different emotion.
Well, you don't even feel bad for me, but it's like there's kids.
Why would I feel bad for anybody?
Right.
Because
There's
true.
why is it true though?
Because if you
I think it's really messed up to live in a first world country where you can easily be like, I can manifest things because you have so much in front of you and be like, this kid in Africa was born with AIDS because something he did.
Yeah, but you're feeling bad for a kid that might not even feel bad for himself.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to
And who are you to tell him what's going to make him happy? That's you not accepting him for him. I can guarantee you there's kids in Africa with AIDS that are happier than you are. Way happier.
Yeah.
And you might sound strange to you, but that's how retarded you are.
Because we think we have so much
Excuse
me?
But I'm trying to be nice in so few words.
But
If a kid in Africa has AIDS and he's happier than an American who has everything, then how retarded are we as Americans? We're very retarded.
but the thing is like there's no way for you to prove that there's a kid in Africa with AIDS that's happy.
But I can guarantee you there is.
You can't guarantee that.
I can. I walk around America all day long, and I see how happy people are. I can see the smile on their faces. I can let you know that our country is not
I wasn't happy today.
is not the happiest place
Well,
on
no,
earth.
there's people who are unjustifiably miserable here, and they shouldn't be.
Yeah, but the
But
thing
you
is, I'm
can't-
not responsible for that. So,
But you can't
but
guarantee.
stop feeling sorry for people. Don't feel sorry for people. You want to feel sorry for people because you want people to feel sorry for you.
I don't want anyone to feel sorry for
Then
me.
why are you feeling sorry for them?
Because they have unfortunate circumstances.
Love and feeling sorry for someone are two different emotions.
Can you cry for the world?
I cry for the world all the time.
Why cry for the world? Why not just love the world? There's
What
a
does cry for
Oh,
the
I
world
do
mean?
both, I think.
Cry for the world is.
What does cry
You
for the
never
world
cry
mean?
for humanity. You just hear
No.
these terrible stories, and you're like, how sad, and there's nothing you
yeah,
can
but
do.
you're listening to the stories you want to hear. Turn off the TV and look in front of your face and help the person in front of you. You help.
Not to Oprah.
You help more people by helping the people in front of you than watching a TV and listening to other people's sob stories.
I don't watch the TV.
I'm doing
I
more for
see people
humanity.
in front of me.
I'm doing more for humanity by sitting down trying to help you based off you wanting my help than me watching TV and feeling sorry for some African kid.
I don't.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Let's just go back to reading.
Let's go back to Ari.
No, we can talk about whatever.
I think that is this is a very intense thing.
Read Ari.
I think this is very intense.
Well, can Ari move so I can see him?
Ari, sit in that chair.
Come on, Ari. All right, Ari.
Shut up, bright light on you.
So, Ari, I'm looking at you. Wow. Ari, I would say that you are a very wise man. Oh, wow. An extremely wise man. And I would say that you came here on earth to be a leader. You're an amazing leader. Wow. You could even be a spiritual leader of some sort. I would say that you have not spent as much time sharing that information with others as you could be, and that's why you feel kind of out of place in society. But now that you're here with me, you can know that you're very wise and that you should write books and talk about what you know. And the only way to know what you know is to sit down and be quiet every day for you at least a couple hours a day. Close your eyes and breathe and ask yourself what you should share with others. And then you'll find your place in society. You feel like you're kind of don't fit in, but you have to create your own fit-in circumstances. So it's time that you take responsibility for the way you feel and not blame other people for not understanding you, and for you just to be yourself. And to be yourself, all you really need to do is quiet your mind and stop thinking so much about what you should be doing and do nothing. Do absolutely nothing. I want you to dedicate time to doing nothing.
Wow.
And that's it. Do nothing.
That was very generous of you to say all the nice things about me. Thank you.
Yeah, but I would like for you to do nothing.
All right.
And that means your mind too. I'd like for you to close your eyes right now. Close your eyes.
All right.
And breathe. You can put the mic down because we don't need to hear your voice. Close your eyes and breathe through your nose. Just relax. And I can see and I'll see your soul coming down. Just really breathe. And as you breathe, focus on your feet and come down to earth and really relax. And I can see your soul moving. Keep on going down. It's in your throat right now. Focus on your feet and just breathe. And when you're here, we'll open your eyes. Keep on breathing. Bring it lower. Good. Good. Bring it lower. And just relax and really be here and feel the safeness of this space, and that this is the safest place you should be. And where you've been is not safe, because where you've been is a world of confusion and all these ideas of what Ari should do. But it's all bullshit, Ari. It's all what everyone else should do. The most important thing that Ari should do is what Ari wants to do. And as a healer, the only thing I care about, Ari, is that you do what you want, and that you take responsibility for your life, and that everything you do is based on what you want and your happiness and nobody else's. So keep on breathing. There you go. Bring it down. It's in your stomach now. Bring it lower. Focus on your feet. Breathe. Keep on coming down. Open your eyes right now. Let me see where your soul's at. Keep on coming down. Come down more. Come down more. Come down now. Focus on your feet. Breathe. Look at my eyes. Good. You're here now. How do you feel?
Feel good.
Speaking in the mic so everyone can hear you.
I feel good. You complimented me. I don't know.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
it's
I
not about
think I'm
complimenting you.
Spiritual leader.
I felt like I felt like the reading was so positive that I was being complimented.
Well, you have issues with self-esteem, and so I was just telling you what I see.
Thank you.
You took it as a compliment,
Yeah.
but someone else could have took it as whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you received it as a compliment. I was coming from a place of love. What I really recommend you do, other than coming to my seminar, which is only $10,
Of course.
and calling me for an appointment, you should spend time working with yourself 3 hours a day. An hour when you wake up, an hour after you eat, and an hour after you eat dinner. Spend an hour by yourself, those 3 hours a day, and really focus on your breathing. Close your eyes, and you can sit in a chair and start doing that. And then when you've done it for a couple weeks or so, call me, and then we can work.
Thanks for the reading.
Of course,
Appreciate
I care about you.
Thank you.
That was great. Okay, we have to wrap up very soon. Are you ready?
You ready? You want to get red?
I think.
I'm good.
Cause let me
No,
get- can I-
Carla, get red.
You have to do
Carla
it.
doesn't want to get red.
If
No,
you
I
don't
don't.
want to do it,
Because
here's
she
what
has a wall, and the fact that
I'm
matters is,
already.
the fact that matters, Carla wants to figure things out herself, and so out of the respect to Carla, let her figure it out.
Okay, fair
Come
enough.
on,
What?
Carla.
I mean,
Carla,
You were the one that
Carla,
said,
I will
gotta
give-
come.
They-
I wanna watch the-
They
I want
broadcast.
the Fascinates
We
thing.
already talked about my dad issues.
I will
kinda.
give Carla my card and a flyer to my event, and she can pay me for my time. I think she wants to share with
This
me
is
more.
a free reading.
I do. No, I don't.
Should I get more? Do I need more?
I do. I don't.
I do charge a lot of money because I'm worth
How do
an
you know?
infinite.
What about career-wise? That's all I want to know.
That's what
Alright.
I want to know, but I
Alright.
didn't want to ask that.
Come on. Okay, first of all, I'll tell you what you're gonna do career-wise. You just keep working, and then you're gonna make money, and you're gonna.
Wait,
be
what about
fucking
me
famous. There you go.
career-wise?
All I
Can you
want is
tell me
career.
anything?
That's all
Why
care
does-
I don't care about
Okay,
the money.
why does anybody care about that?
Well, if you say you don't care about the money, you do care about the money.
I'm not
So
here
don't
for
lie to
anything
yourself.
but that.
Money's great. Don't make it about not caring about money.
You're
Money is
gonna-
love.
everyone-
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Money is love.
Nothing
Yes.
else. I don't want to know that.
I just want to make people laugh on a large scale.
Carla, you're gonna be amazing.
Good.
You
Then
already
you'll do
are
it.
amazing, and you're just gonna keep growing,
Thank
and
you.
you're gonna be wonderful, and that's what's gonna happen to your
This
fucking
is
career.
Ricky giving her, but Ricky, you have to come from a place of unconditional love.
No, I'm gonna tell her this is what
No,
gonna
Ricky, do
happen to
this.
you, and
Ricky.
that is it. The show is over.
Ricky, this is what I want you to do. Now I want you to put your right hand on your heart.
I'm not gonna do that.
No,
but
no.
what I will do
Put
is
your right on your heart.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Because that's coming from a place of your heart.
Okay, but what I'm gonna say is that
What?
my unconditional love may sound okay. Let me take another time. There was this guy, this really also who was also he was like a soothsayer or something like that. I don't know what that necessarily is, but he was this guy that he was kind of more like what you are, but a little bit darker and a little more intense. And he became my good friend.
Yeah.
And one day,
he a
this
wizard?
is what something like that. It was very bizarre, but let me tell you a series of events. But he did this thing one time where he was screaming on the street. Thank you, Joey. He was screaming on the street, and I was looking at him before I met him. He was screaming on the street like a crazy person. I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. And these two hipsters walked by, and they stopped him, and they thanked him, and they said, I have not heard that song in such a long time. It sounded like he was very angry and screaming and this, that, and the other thing.
And
But
did
it
he
was,
stop and come from a place of love then?
and that's what his kind of, he was trying to communicate love, but that's what it came up sounding like.
Well, you have to understand.
But these people picked up on that and they read that. So I don't. I think all unconditional love sounds as different as the word love can be. Translated.
love means different things to different people.
Exactly. And
But
it
the
can
thing
sound-
is,
it can sound
if you
different ways.
if you stop and you listen to someone and take them in and really care about them, then that's love.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Unconditionally.
And that was not me making love to that.
Means you never have to say you're sorry.
You know what?
No, love means you have to say you're sorry.
All
because
the time.
If you don't love someone and you hurt them and you don't say you're sorry,
then you're an asshole.
No, then you just don't really love them.
Okay, quick question, and then we're going to end the show.
Yes.
Who do you love more, 7-Up or Diet Coke? Carla, you go first.
7 Up.
7-Up. 7-Up?
Do I have to answer?
You have to answer. What do you love more, 7-Up or Diet Coke?
There is no.
You know what? I don't drink either, so I don't love.
Okay,
either.
what do you love? Okay, what do you love more? What do you love
Me
more,
too.
rosemary or thyme?
You know, I like rosemary.
Me too.
What's the question?
What do
Which
you
one?
love more, 7-Up or Diet Coke?
Diet Coke.
I love Diet Coke too, even though I can't drink it. All right,
Parsley,
We-
sage, rosemary.
Are we in time?
Can I plug my Facebook sites?
please,
And stuff?
absolutely.
Yes,
So I
yes,
can be
yes.
reached at just Google my name, Joey Herman, and a bunch of Joey Hermans will pop up. But I am the actor, comedian, and soul reader. I have 4 Facebook pages, and you can reach me there. I have a Twitter at Joey's Room Comedy, and people can contact me through the email Joey Herman, JoeyHerman, healer, HEALER @gmail.com. I'm available for appointments via the phone, in person, over Skype. I can do all this with just hearing the sound of your voice.
You
So,
can look into someone's soul without seeing their eyes.
yeah, what happens is I can use a mirror and ask the universe to reflect their soul back into mine, so I can actually see their soul through mine. I can actually see my soul through yours too. If I wanted to see my soul, I just have to look into your eyes and ask to see mine.
Does that ever get conflicting? Are you ever like, whoops, that was my soul?
No, because when I'm talking to
You're
someone,
gonna have a failure.
no, because when I talk to someone, I focus on the intention first.
Thank you so much, Joey Herman.
Thank
This
you,
has been wonderful.
Joey.
Jessica, you do your Twitter and all that.
Oh, you follow me on Twitter at JMS Comedy, Facebook.com/Jessica Michelle Singleton.
And I am Ricky Luna. Ricky Luna lives at Twitter and everything like that. And plug the stand-up thing.
Stand up live.
AriMannis.com, standuptalk.com, which you're already at if you're listening to it.
Which you're already at if you're listening to it. And we're going to play us out with this cool circus
Can I
music.
say one thing before we leave?
Absolutely.
I just like to wish everyone universal peace and unconditional love for all, and I want everyone to know that they are God and that they are their own creator and that they are responsible for everything that happens to them, and I wish them nothing but love within, unconditional love within, and with that love of yourself, you will know nothing other than love for everything.
And right back at you, babe.
Lots of love.
All right, everybody. Thanks for having us. And